Rockets, huge cylinders that we use to launch things into space. So how do these powerful contraptions work? Fundamentally, rockets rely on Newton's third law of motion, which states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Simply put, this means when you push against something, it pushes back with just as much force. This explains the pain you feel when you punch something hard. An analogy that best explains how rockets work is that of a deflating balloon. When you release an inflated balloon, its elasticity pushes air out. And from Newton's third law, we now know that this air will push back on the balloon, causing it to fly in the opposite direction. This is the exact same principle that applies in rockets. Rockets normally carry liquid hydrogen fuel, although some may use other propellants such as solid fuels. They also carry oxygen in a separate tank. These two elements are then mixed in a combustion chamber and yield steam as a byproduct. The reaction is highly energetic, thus releases vast amounts of heat, which causes the steam to expand rapidly and comes out of the nozzle of the rocket at very high speeds. As the steam is pushed out, it pushes back on the rocket, propelling it upwards. From the equations shown here, to obtain a huge thrust, you have to eject more mass per unit time or increase the ejection velocity of these exhaust gases, or both. For rockets to travel further in space, they require more fuel. More fuel means more mass on the rockets, which means even more fuel will be needed to push it, and so on. Engineers thus have to find some form of compromise between the weight of the rocket and the thrust it produces. One way to mitigate this problem is to use the rocket staging concept. This concept relies on getting rid of rocket boosters and segments that have run out of fuel and are now empty by simply ejecting them. This allows rockets to travel much further for the same amount of fuel. The ejected boosters are simply dropped into the ocean, an expensive move considering how expensive these components are to manufacture. That is why companies like SpaceX have come up with the concept of reusable rockets. Lastly, rockets are designed with a pointy top. This is an aerodynamic design that allows them to move through the atmosphere with minimal air resistance. That's it for how rockets work. Thanks for watching.